think we're going live. All right. Check my volume. YouTube. How's everybody doing? We're about to talk about the gym. So if you have any friends, family members who are going to the gym, you are a regular gym goer, you have a gym membership, interested in going to a gym, any gym owners, friends who are going to a gym, you want to get them to log on to this live, go ahead and send them a text, let them know Jay the Trainer, J-A-E, the Trainer. We're going to try to get started. While here, I just want to say, what's up, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all social media. We're going to talk about protecting yourself today, which is most important. I'm going to go over a couple things today. I'm going to just hang out just for a second here today. We're probably going to do about a couple minutes, maybe keep this short. I know some of you are headed towards your lunch break. But we want to talk about today, we want to talk about the gym versus coronavirus. We want to talk about coronavirus today. We want to come straight from the Centers from Disease Control website. We want to make sure we have the most up-to-date information possible before we start to discuss. We don't want any myths. We don't want any myths today. This is myths versus reality. So I'm bringing the reality and others can bring the myth. All right. So the Centers for Disease Control, just know that they are the ones who are on the forefront of epidemiology, tracking, surveillance of diseases. They also set up frameworks so you can prevent diseases and show guidelines. They educate the public. They are working to the model being saving lives and protecting people. That's what you need to know about the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as CDC. COVID or coronavirus, you need to know of, and how could you not know unless you crawled out of some hole, is it has wreaked havoc on the entire world right now. It's affected nearly everyone. Many people have gone into isolation. Many have gone into their own little spaces. People are out of work. People have not returned to work. Jobs are downsizing. People don't have jobs anymore. People have been isolated to their homes in some areas. Some places and businesses and workplaces have been forbidden to reopen. So you have a lot of people who are out of work, who don't know what to do. And they're just kind of living through this just like you are. So we really want to talk today about the fitness industry, the gym, and how you actually help build your body up to stay safe, and the things that may associate a greater incidence with you getting sick if you do return to a commercial gym versus just using a couple of weights at home, or why you might just be safe by going to a commercial gym or anything public. If you're in school right now, some of your campuses have been closed, your dorms have been closed, you don't know what to do. As I said before, look at my page, J-A-E, the Trainer. And I have some workouts, free workouts for you. And I also offer phone call consultations where we can talk about fitness, as well as set up fitness and nutritional plans for you to help you get into better shape, to give you a workout plan based on you. So they're all personalized according to your height, weight, and your medical needs. I am not going to provide services for anyone until we've done a risk stratification. That means make sure that your heart, lungs, and neurologically you are safe. Endocrinologically you are safe. That means in some cases you'll need a doctor to okay your workout. But other than that, that is what I do. You can find me on all social media platforms, but primarily if you want to know day to day what I'm doing, you can come on YouTube. I post once or twice a week, fresh videos. I show you my workouts. A lot of them are the ones I've done previous weeks and they're leading up to current. And sometimes I jump on a live just like this if it's current events and there's a need to educate the public about what's going on. But today I'm just hopping on because I really see a lot of places reopening now. I'm seeing gym goers about to go into the gym, and we really want to talk about COVID, coronavirus, and the things you need to know about it. So the things you need to know about coronavirus is this. I wouldn't say you need to get into the weeds of learning all this stuff about the basic science around coronavirus, because that's not what is important. What's important is you being able to notice someone who's sick, you being able to take care of yourself. A lot of people will politicize this illness. That means they politicize whether to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. They politicize whether to open or not open. They politicized it. And whenever people are politicizing, that has nothing to do with your health. That has nothing to do with how well you do. That only has to deal with them getting elected or reelected. I don't care who you vote for. I think that the only thing we should care about is each other. So at the end of the day, you have to make the best decision for you. Doesn't matter whether your friends or you are a Republican, a Democrat, Green Party, Independent, doesn't matter at all. All that matters about is that you look out for yourself, you take care of yourself, you make the best healthcare decisions for you and your family, your loved ones. So I'd say turn off some of the media, turn off some of the stuff that people are doing, especially the CNNs, the Foxes, the MSNBCs, the One Americas. Turn off that sort of stuff. Pick up a book, pick up a textbook, look at some articles on some of the research that's been published. Make your own educated decision that way versus having other people feed you the information with a political slant on it, because that's not safe. It never results in good decisions being drawn. And the best way to do it is for you to look at the literature yourself. So that's going to take a little bit of legwork, but a lot of people are on computers and they have phones of their own, and they can easily search pubmed.gov. and they can look and see what's available. So let's see here. So the symptoms, the things you need to look out for. Symptoms usually occur between 2 to 14 days after someone's exposed. So if someone's exposed to an illness, if someone's exposed to, I'm going to see if I can turn it. If someone's exposed to the illness, if someone is exposed to the COVID, the coronavirus, they may start to feel feverish, have chills. They may get a cough. They may have shortness of breath. They may even have difficulty with their breathing. What else? They may feel really, really tired. And that's across the board with a lot of viral illnesses. If you think of this, it sounds a lot like when you get the flu. You just don't feel good. You feel fatigued. You have a light cough. You have a fever. You may even get some shaking chills. A lot of viral illnesses show up with a low-grade fever. A fever that, oh, you just feel kind of hot and you don't feel good. You aren't burning up, you aren't sweating in bed, but you're just feeling warmer than normal. You also get body aches. Feels like you've had a really hard workout in the gym, when you wake up, oh, I hurt all over, but your body doesn't stop aching. Some of the other things, especially this one, they've associated this virus with problems or a new loss of taste and smell. So if you have someone around you who says, hey, I can't taste food the same. I'm supposed to be able to smell that marinara sauce you made, but yeah, I can't smell anything. Someone has a sore throat around you, congestion, runny nose, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Those are all possible symptoms, and that person needs to get checked. That person needs to see a healthcare practitioner. They don't need to just sit at home and wait it out, stall it out. Go and see a healthcare practitioner. And this is someone who doesn't need to run. I'm going to give you the people that need to run to see a healthcare practitioner, but those are people that you're not feeling good. Check that list of symptoms I just gave you, and then you just casually drive over. But if you want to know when to call 911. If you want to know when to get right to the emergency room this minute, if someone is having a problem with breathing, someone can't breathe at all. You see them turning bluish. That means bluish lips, bluish face, bluish, and just bluish. If someone can't stay awake, if they're feeling like they have problems maintaining consciousness, or if they're just feeling confused all of a sudden, or if they're having pain or pressure in their chest, those are the symptoms that are determined as severe. And you need emergency medical attention. Emergency means 911. That means you call someone straight away. That means that you get help immediately. And these are the things I want you to know about this virus, as far as the things you need to look out for, and the types of people you need to try to avoid if you see these things around. Now, I just want to talk a bit about the illness and how it spreads, so you can think about how it spreads, so you can have the most up-to-date information. And then we'll get into how this affects you as gym goers, how this affects you as you move from day to day and try to get a workout on in a commercial gym. So there's person-to-person spread, and there's spread between other pathways, and we'll go through it. The virus is thought to be mainly spread from person to person. That means you have to get in pretty close contact with someone. Think about a 6 foot tall woman or man. This is the distance between people who are in close contact within 6 feet. Those are the ones most likely to transmit the virus from person to person. It happens through respiratory droplets. Respiratory drop. Do you remember that old opaque projector when you were in school? I may have been in the elementary school when they used this, but some of you may have never seen it. And a lot of older people have seen them, where you see the teacher talking and you see every bit of spray coming from their mouth. This is respiratory droplets. They're increased because they come from deep down within the lungs when someone coughs. When you exert a cough, that comes from the lungs and up through the throat, all the way through the mouth, catches flecks of saliva through the mouth. Any phlegm or anything or dirt or illnesses down in the or debris in the respiratory passageways that causes you to cough or sneeze. And these respiratory droplets can cause the infection. This is what lands on other people's mouths or noses, and it can be inhaled into their lungs this way. It can be spread by people that aren't even showing symptoms. So there's a subset of people that never even get symptoms. They may have had this virus, feel a little warm. Oh, I had a little cough one day, and they went on back to work and felt fine, didn't miss any time. But they have the virus, and they're passing it on to other people who may be more immunocompromised, who may have some previous illnesses or medical conditions that causes them to show signs and symptoms of illness. Okay, remember, this virus is spread easily between people. So it's not like you have to have a certain type of person. It's highly contagious. So even though people may not show signs and symptoms, they still will, if they're in contact with it, they can get it and they can go on and on. And once it comes to one person, it passes on to the next person you come into contact with. If you have touched a surface or an object or something that the virus may have been on, be careful, because there are different ways that the virus may be spread. We just haven't seen where the virus is going to live on surfaces very long. It's not going to live outside of the body very long. So if you can get outside of this 6 foot spray of someone spraying it in a cough or sneeze, once it hits the ground, once it hits the surface, once it hits something else, it's not going to live very long outside of the body. And the way that we see these things happen with people wiping down surfaces, people wearing gloves, you wearing your own gloves and precautions and taking care of yourself, this will keep you from those secondary ways of passage that coronavirus can be spread. The incidence of coronavirus spreading from animals to people is very low. So right now, we aren't seeing that as a primary thing to worry about, you catching it from your pet, your cat or dog, or any birds. But you need to be aware that we're still doing research on this. So how can you protect yourself? Let's talk about those, because the things you need to know is what should I do to keep myself safe as I kind of move from the house, going back to the gym, going back to the grocery store, going back to all the places that I need to go. Maintain that 6 feet. Wash your hands with soap and water. Soap not available, you want to use a hand sanitizer. Now, which hand sanitizer should you use? Look at the bottle and see that it contains at least 60% alcohol. So when you get your bottle of hand sanitizer, just don't get any standard bottle from any store. I want you to really look, make sure you see that there's at least 60% alcohol on it. And thirdly, you want to clean and disinfect any surfaces that have been touched. So if you're walking up to equipment, if you're walking up to things, make sure that you are disinfecting as you move from place to place. So let's talk about this as it pertains to the gym. So you're going to the gym, you're moving around. The gym has risks. Yes, we know. We share equipment. But if you think about it, the reason why I think you're going to be safe moving back into a gym to continue training is, one, gyms are rarely, if ever, completely full. There are times of day that gyms are full, but guess what? Most of us avoid those times. Like the plague, I do not go to a gym between 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. unless I'm training clients. And actually, I prefer to train my clients early in the morning or late evening, because I want to avoid crowds. So the crowds are really your after work crowds. That's when you get people who just want to come to the gym. They do a lot of talking. They hang out. It becomes a hangout spot. It's almost like club fitness at some of these places. So you really want to avoid the gym during the most high traffic hours, as you probably have already been doing. So the same things people have been doing before this, a gym has almost been set up to meet all of the challenges that people would encounter with a virus that requires isolation. Because think about it. You walk in, most of these doors have their own little breezeway, so you aren't in direct contact with people coming in or out. People don't usually touch for many, if any reasons. They share equipment. But as soon as you walk into the door, what's the first thing you see as soon as you walk into the door? This big full container of hand sanitizer. You see towels there ready. And I mean paper towels, so you can spray the hand sanitizer on the towels, wipe off any surface you want to. You could sit there and clean that thing like you're deep cleaning for the springtime if you want to. But every piece of equipment, if you go in, those workers that are working there have already wiped it down. They've already kind of made sure everything is clean before you even come into contact with it. But you, even as you get onto the thing that you do when you walk into the gym, if you so please, it may be very difficult for you to be in the gym. I wouldn't be able to breathe wearing a surgical mask. I do workouts where I am really struggling, stressing my body. If I have a surgical mask on, I'll be about in the corner, passed out somewhere. So it'll be hard for me to do my form of workout, or most people serious about training to do their workout with a mask on. But you could try it and just try a regular little one of those yellow or white or light blue surgical masks. Pinch it around, and this will be a good way for you to prevent spray from your mouth from getting onto someone else. And you may be okay as long as you don't completely cover your own nose. Remember, this is transmitted through the spray. So if you cover your mouth, you're mainly protecting other people from you. So if you can encourage other people to do the same, you'd be protecting and maintain a normal 6 feet away from people. You aren't going to have a high risk of transmitting this illness. So think about that in the gym. It's not going to hurt you to have something covering your mouth and incompletely covering your nose. So you could go about it that way. You walk into the gym, hand sanitizer on the towel, you have gloves on. At this point in time, where do germs usually accumulate most? On the palms, on the finger pads, on the areas that you touch the most. Make sure that you take time to clean these areas, clean up the wrists as well. Make sure you clean with soap and water, but wear your own gloves, wear some gloves underneath. And then you want to, everything you've had on in the gym, you want to take straight to the laundry room and wash it there. You want to place it in a plastic bag, if you so please, when you get into the house, because you don't want to carry all this through the house. March it straight up to the laundry room, put it into your washer. But while you're at the gym, let's get back to that. A lot of these gyms now have come to a way where you can use your phone, or you can use like a little card. All you do is show the card on top of the scanner. You walk right in. Go straight to the hand sanitizer. Get your hand sanitizer. Now, another way a gym is set up perfectly for people who are in this situation. When's the last time that you went to a gym and there's a long line of treadmills, long line of equipment, long set of benches, bench presses? When's the last time someone just came straight next up to you on a treadmill? That happens sometimes, but not often. Most of the time, people will distance themselves at least one piece of equipment between the other one. So at this point, a lot of gyms are actually disconnecting treadmills, disconnecting exercise bikes, disconnecting equipment that's within 6 feet of each other, or spreading them out more. And that's a great idea, because you're huffing and puffing as you're trying to make those last few gains, as you're trying to pump on that equipment, those barbells, those dumbbells, the deadlift areas, as you're really exerting yourself. You just need space and room. And most gyms are pretty good about that anyway. This would be something, especially now, that's important. So remember that key element. Once you get up to your machine, spray. Any handholds, anywhere where you have push buttons, that needs to be wiped down very well. Wipe it down as well as you can with their alcohol wipe. Wipe it down very well. You have your plastic gloves on underneath your own exercise gloves, and you get to it. Do your workout. What's the next thing you do? Shut off your equipment. Go get another towel with the alcohol and wipe down your equipment for the next person to come. Then you move that way. As if you're going to be using dumbbells and barbells in your workout, make sure you go ahead and get what you need for your exercises in advance. You don't want to be walking over to the whole dumbbell line, the rack, lifting up something, then putting it back, coming back 90 seconds later, and lifting up something that's not clean anymore. You want to get, if you're going to be using 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 10 pounds, go ahead and get those dumbbells off the rack, put them in front of your bench, wipe that all off, wipe that bench off with alcohol. Even if you saw someone just wipe it off, you wipe it off again. Wipe off the knurls. That's the part that you grip onto, the knurls of your dumbbell, of your barbell. Wipe off the weights, wipe off these areas with the solution. It just takes a little bit of time. Wipe off, and then you use everything, put everything to the side. Do your exercises completely done. Next step, you repeat again. Get some more alcohol, towel, wipe everything off. Now, bringing your own towel from home is not going to be the safest way to do things. One, because you want to use disposable towels. You don't want to just wipe and smear alcohol and whatever germs you pick up, put them over your shoulder, carry them in your hand the whole time, mix them with your sweat possibly, put them behind your head as you put that same sweaty towel on the bench over and over, and then wipe more alcohol. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, and it's not clean. So don't bring your own towels from home thinking that's going to lower your risk. It doesn't. That's just a sweat catcher when times were normal, but times are not normal now. And people are getting sick in some places more than others. And it only takes one for you to be impacted by this too. No one can deal with days, weeks, months away from work unpaid. And plenty of people aren't able to secure unemployment. And if they have, it's not enough to meet your monthly finances, your bills. The second part about it, unemployment's not being paid instantly. So if you think you're going to get sick, go to the computer and website and type in, I need unemployment, I worked this long, check on the way. No, it doesn't work that way. You're going to be waiting. So the best thing to do is what I always preach: prevention. Take care of your body, take care of yourself, and take care of other people. Prevent the illness. No need to treat the illness. We don't need to take medications. We don't need to take different pills and potions. We don't need to take NyQuil and all this other stuff, when all we need to do is make sure we indulge in proper nutrition, a few treats and snacks for us to enjoy with our families and other people, laugh a lot, do enjoyable things, read and nourish your mind, and get plenty of sleep. And make sure you take supplements as appropriately. That's all we need. Nutrition and a lot of exercise. These are things we need. And I know I'm running long today and running a little longer, and I have another meeting in about 30 minutes. So I want to try to wrap this up. So we talked about using the ellipticals. We talked about using the bikes. These are stationary equipment. We've also talked about using the free weights. We talked about how to handle those. Now let's move to the machines. Machines are closer together. Machines are not 6 feet apart. So make sure, just wait. If you see someone on a machine that you want to use, or someone next to the machine you want to use, because a lot of those are heavy and won't be able to be moved, if they haven't been unplugged already, if they are battery driven, power driven, electrical, just wait. It's not worth it. Second thing, make sure that you're vocal. If you see people invading your personal 6 feet of space, let them know. Say, hey, could you just give me a little space, please? If you see people getting close and you see other machines, you say, excuse me, could you please just give me some space? I have about 2 more sets left. That should take 5 minutes tops. Okay, so this is the time to be vocal. This is time to protect yourself and don't be shy. Always speak up and speak out when it comes to your own health, because no one's going to look out for you but you in these cases. And when you get sick, won't be there to take care of you. The last thing, let's talk about the bathrooms. As you move to the restrooms, this may not be the time for you to bring in your gym bag. This may be the time for you to come in with a minimalist approach, which means the only thing you bring in is your gloves, your gloved hand with your own little plastic gloves on top to cover the fingers too. So invest in a good pair of gloves. You're gonna come in with whatever music you're playing, your earbuds, your headphones blasting. Go ahead, put them in your pocket. But we aren't coming in with gym bags, and we definitely aren't coming in with water bottles now. That's just another thing to have to clean over and over. And you don't want to have to uncap your water, touch it with possibly unclean gloves, drink from it, hopes no one is sneezing or coughing in the area to transmit the stuff right to what you're going to put back into your mouth. It's not worth the risk. And to tell you the truth, we aren't running a marathon. At the most, we're just doing a 60-minute workout, 60 to 90-minute workout. So you really won't have that much of a need for hydration at this point. Second, I'd stay away from those water fountains. There's no need, because 60 to 90 minutes, you aren't going to get to the level of dehydration to the point where you're going to just have to be hydrated between your sets. That's what you can do at home. Or keep some water safely in your car or truck. As soon as you get out of your workout, guzzle some water as soon as you wake up. I try to take in maybe close to a liter when I wake up. As soon as you wake up, guzzle some water down, make it cold, make it easier to drink some water, then take some time, do your workout. After your workout, have another liter waiting for yourself. Then take whatever protein supplement that you're going to be drinking afterwards. But have that stuff with you in the car. Don't bring it in with you. Don't bring in your gym bag. So the only reason why you need to visit the restroom or bathroom would be for you to wash your hands, use the bathroom really quickly, and get out of there. That's a tight and closed space where people are going to be, and the ventilation is questionable in those areas. And people can be very close in various states. So you really want to be careful hanging out in the bathrooms for longer than a couple of minutes. I'd say get in, do your business, wash your hands afterward, put back on your gloves, then get out of there. Don't use the lockers. I'm not saying that you put your stuff in there. It's just too much traffic in the bathrooms right now. I'd say it's not even worth the risk. Just try to get up and work out quick enough. Have wipe-offs or something in your bag that you can wipe off quickly with some deodorant, and then you can go to work that way. But for right now, we're in different times than any time we've ever grown up. So we want to adapt to those times while keeping ourselves safe. We're working out. We're healthy people. We're health people. We're fit people. So we do care about ourselves. We're good at taking care of ourselves. So it's part of that. Even if people are on this side of the earth saying, no, don't worry about that. Oh, don't worry. The virus is just a scam. I think many things are hidden from us as a public. We have to make the best decisions for ourselves, and not much rather be the cautious one out of 10 other people who are putting themselves at risk versus being the one who is the crash test dummy and other people watching the show. So make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of those fit bodies or those bodies that are in transformation right now to become fit. Make sure you're doing all the things I'm asking you to do. as far as taking care of yourself in the gym and how you could still be safe from coronavirus if you maintain yourself and carry yourself appropriately in the gym. I've given you 30 minutes straight of tips. So I hope this reaches someone. I hope this helps someone. And as always, remember, subscribe, like these videos. I'm coming out with new and fresh content every single week, once or twice a week for you. So make sure that you're using this content for your good. It's all free. If you want my services, make sure to contact me via email or DM me. You can also find me on Instagram, same thing. I offer affordable home workouts. I can walk you through them, and we have daily check-ins. I show you exclusive workouts and how-to videos with every step of the way with technique. I also, as part of every program, offer you nutrition coaching. So we'll walk through how to properly meal plan and what sort of things you could eat and have troubles with. And also we talk about yummy options for your snacks and treats, because you need that mental stability, especially if you have a family or friends. You want to maintain those connections. But as always, I knew we'd go 30 minutes, and I'm glad my other meeting won't start until about 30 more minutes. I just finished a really tough workout. It is 125 push-ups and 50 pull-ups, and I did them while excluding the 90-second breaks, but it was tough. So I am waiting to drink this shake and get some oatmeal and try to get my nutrition back up before this meeting. But that was a lot, and I tried to cover everything I could as far as Corona in every possible scenario you come into in a gym. As far as gym owners, keep doing what you're doing as far as making at least a 60+% alcohol solution available, as well as plenty of towels available to your clientele who are visiting your gyms. Make sure you have proper ventilation in those gyms. Make sure, every gym. Make sure if you have very close equipment, meaning your stationary equipment, make sure if you can, move it further than 6 feet apart, measuring it. If you can't, go ahead and unplug half of them. And that will take, that probably will cover the 6-foot rule for most of you. As long as you have those things and plenty of soap and water, make sure your employees are filling up the soap and water, dispensers and the alcohol disinfectant dispensers around the facility. And you can make sure you're keeping everyone safe, the trainers and your employees, as well as your clients are coming in off the floor safe. But I think I have covered everything there is to cover related to the gym and coronavirus. I think you will be safe if you follow the tips I've given you. I know this video turned out being long, but you can watch it as you run on the treadmill. I tried to give you 30 minutes because sometimes people like a long form type of media, so they can kind of listen to this on their way to work, or listen during lunch, or at least enjoy it during a nice run on the treadmill. So hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informational. I hope it helps someone. Be safe, protect yourself, and protect others. And as always, make gains today.